Sketchbooks, the ultimate idea tool. I've drawn in sketchbooks my whole life, but I didn't understand their true potential until college. This is my sketchbook from sculpture class. It's a mix of notes from things that I learned in class and different ideas I had for things to build for the assignments. Many times I would draw many slightly different versions of each idea. Having different versions of ideas allows you to pick the best one. The drawings in sketchbooks don't have to be perfect, they're just ideas. The point is to get as many ideas out as you can, whether they are drawn or written. Putting the ideas on paper gets them out of your head so you can think of new ideas. Also, it helps you to share your ideas with other artists. This is my sketchbook from ceramics class. The professor encouraged us to research ceramics we liked, so the sketchbook also has a lot of photos that I found. One of our assignments was supposed to have a political message. This kind of threw me off because I wasn't really political. I decided I would make it about oil. I had read the book Moby Dick a few months before, and I knew that people used to get oil from whales, so I drew a bunch of pictures of silly ways to get oil from whales. I knew I wouldn't build any of these ideas, but they were funny ideas and gave me something to show my classmates. Sometimes it takes a while to get a good idea, and you have to get rid of the bad ideas first. Putting a lot of ideas on paper gives you something to choose from. If you only have one idea, it may seem like your best idea, but if it's your only idea, it's also your worst idea. This is my sketchbook from jewelry design and metals class. This was a weird class for me because I didn't know anything about jewelry. On the first page, I drew a design for an entertainment center I wanted to build out of cinder blocks and wood. Maybe this was because I was nervous about making jewelry, but I also think I was just excited about building the entertainment center. The jewelry professor had us research modern art to get ideas. I tried hard in this class to come up with ideas, but a lot of the sketchbook is just notes on how to weld and solder. The sketchbook actually caught on fire once. The last project was to create a piece of jewelry that no one had seen before. I had no idea what to make. So I just started drawing everything I could think of that wasn't jewelry. I didn't know what I wanted to make, so I just started getting everything out of my head. Eventually, I filled an entire page with random things that weren't jewelry. Sometimes thinking of what you don't want to do can help you figure out what you do want to do. Sometimes it's just easier to do things backwards. Sometimes the human brain is wired to more quickly decide what it doesn't like than what it does like. So I filled the page with everything that wasn't good for jewelry. I got all this stuff out of the way so I could focus on how I was going to design jewelry no one had seen before. In a sketchbook, it's important to get as many ideas out as you can. No one has to see your sketchbook, so they can be good ideas or bad ideas. It's important to have a lot of ideas so you can choose. Sometimes students tell me I'm their favorite art teacher. Then I find out I'm the only art teacher they've had, so I tell them, technically, I'm also your least favorite art teacher. You have to have more than one of something to pick the best. Eventually, this was the idea I came up with for the jewelry project. I gave it to someone, so I don't have it anymore. No one had seen a paper airplane ring before. Start sketching!